Watching The Last Guest Reimagined, and oh my god, the sergeant is so funny to me. They really ought to have gotten someone who had been on the receiving end of this sort of thing, but his lines are funny, and the VA is honestly doing a pretty earnest job. But I do wonder how Robloxian training and combat doctrine differ from their inspiration. Okay, I see an issue. Why are these soldiers marching in formation, not dress right dress? You're practically begging those without their issued Kevlar to be shot first. Furthermore, these soldiers are not in lockstep. Half of them don't know their right from left. What are they, Marines? And no cadence or command for the marching group to halt? You're begging for people to bump into or knock each other over. And why, on God's green, studded fucking earth, were soldiers retrieved from the field piled onto a truck? That's how disease spreads, and driving past a platoon of rookies will serve as a grim wake-up call, yes, but morale will plummet. Also, hey, acknowledgement of how armies ignore the crosses for medics as their high-value targets. Yeah, that's a bit of realism. None of these soldiers refer to each other's last name, let alone rank. What is up with that? Oh my fucking god. The mic peaks on the one officer's announcement is so bad. Gruff does not mean intimidating. Do I need to get in there and teach you all a Smith & lesson? It's about projection, tone, making it abundantly clear that you are not to be fucked with. No, yeah, this could have gone a bit better, but what do I know? I'm a soldier, not a voice actor nor manager. The fuck is this convoy? You drive in sequence in a line, not a weird clump. You're practically asking to have multiple vehicles disabled or destroyed with one IED? One is already too many, son. And you've got no one in the fucking gunner's seat. Guest was at least monitoring out the window for threats, but what is the point of an empty gunner's seat? Oh my fuck, they're all empty. Why even put the machine guns on your up-armored Humvees if you do not use them? Okay, I know that was supposed to be an IED and or rocket, but there's no actual effects. And wouldn't mortars be audible this close to target? You'd hear the whistling as they're coming down. Oh, now they're on the fucking guns! Maybe this wouldn't have happened if you manned the guns, soldier! Running while shooting, you're just pissing your ammo to the wind. The guys who hit the deck to return fire have the right idea. Hell, the machine gunner's doing it right. But we've got people pushing up with no cover nor suppressing fire, and the one guy with a clear mic is not yelling. Like, the background yelling is good, but if you are actively under fire, hearing cracks constantly, explosions, you are screaming that shit. Especially when you're yelling out that you're throwing a grenade. Solid tactical reload by Guest. Actually, super solid reload by Guest, because if he's tac reloading, he has a round in the chamber already, but then he pulls back the charging handle, making sure he still has 30, and to make sure it'll feed clean. Though you could just tap the bottom of the mag to help with feeding anyway. Meanwhile, the Sarge, who was empty, simply just pressed the mag release. That's good. I fully thought the startup to that sound was a siren. Like, no romance, it's mortarin' time. Okay, Simon gets shot in his rig, which in theory could have tanked it. However, the Bacons are using AKs, presumably in 7.62 Soviet, which would be fairly armor penetrating, especially if green-tipped. So yeah, I don't have issue with that. And he was shot in the lung. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to breathe. Your fucking lung is punctured. I'm sorry, I know this is just aura farming, but guy with sword and pistol and no armor on the battlefield where everyone has rifles? And he throws away the pistol? Okay, come on, Sarge. A blatant charge? That's your best? You're assaulting their FOB going off of the towers and walls. You have tents. Why are you just pushing a basic ground assault with no armor, no air support, or anything against this well-defended position? Okay, you know what? This is some genuine irritation now. You know how a lot of movies and such do that whizzing sound? Yeah, no, that's not nearly hits you. If it's anywhere near you, you hear a crack. A loud, piercing crack. Hell, when I was on the range, the whizzing I'd hear was from the rounds piercing their targets and hitting dirt. If you are being shot at, you will know. And Guest just used a corpse as meat shield. That's a war crime if I remember correctly. Okay, damn, man just one-handed an M4 on full auto and yeeted a corpse in full kit like it was the Mummy. Let me guess, laundry day. So let me get everything into perspective. A retreat is called. Guest rages over Matt, goes against orders on a suicide blitz to go down swinging, uses 2 meat shields, kills like 8 people, and punches a hole in their offense as the base goes quiet? Dude, you watched this guy kill so many of your comrades. Do not gloat when you have the shot lined up. Why walk into Oh god, not the RE5 gun foo. That shit is ass. Pointless knife flourishes. Imagine if you dropped it in CQC. Guns empty? Okay, pistol whip. It hurts like hell. Pocket sand is a decent idea though, as is discarding a backpack for less weight. And you gloat again? You almost got served like dinner. This is a general, by the way. Also, this time the grenade has 0 fuse timing. Fucking metal pipe sound and impact frames? No, this isn't JJK. That should have been kicking up so much dust. Okay, movie's over aside from the outro. They act like, oh, guests dying unified so many, when the Bacons literally just wanted guests dead? Like, yeah, there were 3 groups. Now there's 2. Oh, hey, it's the theme. For the first time in a decade, we have a fighting chance. Yeah, because your battle doctrine fucking blows. You literally sieged an FOB on foot, no air or armor support, and only got away with it because a blue-haired protagonist roid raged against orders and got lucky because their general was a dipshit. That's good.